Hey everybody, I got my helper girl over here, a Penny. She's gonna help me find if we could do a possible hedge on the safeguard trade. Look over here. Look, you're gonna help? Yeah, you're gonna help. Okay. You can stay right here. I'll pet you while I look. All right. So show you what I'm thinking over here. Let me switch something up real quick. Um, Market's pretty much near all-time highs, and I have a lot of buying power. So I'm considering putting on a new trade, but I'm hitting my target goals and pretty much everything already in terms of my income. So I'm thinking about doing a possible hedge type, bigger put debit spread or higher delta, maybe a little both. Sell those naked puts to pay for that hedge. Go share screen. All right. So I was looking at MES. I'm going to not go at 120 days out. It was a little excessive waiting. I was thinking about the 47 days and a 7.25 delta. I'm looking maybe 0.3, 0.35 even. The 5200 is a 0.32 delta. I'm gonna look for at least 100 with 5120. Looking at about 17.5 here for the debit. So I got to pay for that with naked puts. And I could sell around the 10. It's around 47.50 or so. 47.50 already up to 47.60, 47.75, exactly a 10. So let's do two of those and just see where we're at on buying power. We're looking at net credit of almost nothing, 2, 1. Buying power is 895. That's the unfortunate part on these. However, max profit is 100 with 413.75. I think having $1,000 for this is perfectly fine. So if it hits the max, which is team over 1,000, 41% on your money, I guess that's okay, right? Most of the buy side people are okay with that. If it doesn't work, you're using up at least $1,000 in buying power. Oh, I'm at 80 with. Sorry. Let me double check. At 52, 5,200, 5,100. It's pretty much the same. There's like no credit or debit there. Buying power 800. Looking at my account, I have about a $63,000 account right now, 31,000 in buying power. I have an ES that's really close to closing out. I'm going to close this out at 90% profit or around 2 premium, and we're at 2.6, 57 days left. That's what happens when there's a big bull market. Come on, Penny. Come on. You can see me. All right. Going back to this, I think it's okay. Even if it's a slight debit for 1 or 2, not the end of the world there. So, yeah, let's do it. I'm going to first do the 5,200, 5,100, a debit spread with the 200, 57 days out, 0.32 delta. So pretty good chance. Right now we're at 53.16. It only has to go down about 150 points, 200 points to get it. Let's try to get 17, fill on that. We might have to go up to 18. Ding, ding, ding. Mid 17.5, I'm probably going to move out. Let's moving on up to the south side. 17.5. Thinking. Not yet. Go to 18. 18.5 still okay. I don't mind a slight debit. There we go. 18. We're good. There's a 17.75. We filled a 17.75. You gotta pay for that thing. Or do you have to? Yeah, it would help. I'll sell two of these at 4775. Boom. Get 10. Sneak in, get a little more. Oh, 6 delta. It's not too bad. Come on. Phil. Oh, Dumpy in the house. All right. Let's post to Discord. I think I'm talking to myself. That's fine. I could survive. We send to the Court of Dissonance. Safeguard. Let's just show you a little hands-on way that I actually do this. I'm going to enter it in as here as well, just so you see how it works. Safeguard. MES, all right, hedge. 321. 57? When is 57 days from now? I don't know. I literally do this. Some days it actually gives me the day after. June 7th or 5. They don't count business? May 17th or 16th. It's a Friday. May 17, I think. Currently, MES is at 5,313. We sold 52. I did an 80 with. It's okay. We'll still keep it. 5,200, 5,120, and then 4,775. You can make it 100 with if you want. We're now at 5,313. I'm going to change this. 5,313. Our naked put is 10% out of the money in 57 days. It's a good cushion. Premium on the nakeds was 10.25 times two of them, 20.5. But debit was 17.75. So we got a big old 1375 credit. And we're line 32. Gotta bold it. All right. Here, new safeguard. New safeguard hedge. Hey, Todd, how are you? Hey, Todd, I just did a safeguard hedge. And I'm gonna post it. I'm literally posting it in front of you, I think. Okay. So I ended up doing an 80 with a debit spread. I meant to do 100. It ended up being 80. It's not the end of the world. And then I sold two puts against it. Now we got a few coming in. All right, where is the threads? I'm so not used to my computer. I'm off today because I have to go to the doctor at 12. So that's why I'm doing stuff from home. And then I'm not used to using Discord on my computer. Tough life, right, Todd? It's like, how do I survive? I don't
Yeah.
know what I don't know where to put the picture in. All right, new thread. Oh, there we go. Now I can add an image. I'm so used to it on the phone. I'm not used to doing this on the Discord at all. There we go.
Beautiful.
You see on the Discord the new trailer just did? So 5,200 I bought, sold the 5,120. I meant to sell the 5,100, but oh well, it's okay. And then that was 17.75 debit. And then I sold two at 47.75 for 10.25 credit. Ends up being a slight net credit in the end, like $10 or so. For these, I'm just gonna let it expire worthless, or which usually will happen. If the debit spread gets into profit, then I'll look into closing the profits, but we'll have to get to that first. Jamie, any questions on that or any just general thoughts?
I did one on ES about a week and a half ago,
Yeah,
a
it's
100,
already
100 wide,
good.
and I bought the 50-25. And I thought for sure after the Fed meeting I was going to be in the trap, but it's blown away. I'll never hit it now.
It's like the opposite of the trap. Yeah, it's like the exact opposite.
Yeah.
Um, Here's my tasty right now. I have this ES just 112, no width, just straight up. It's really close to 90% profit in only 69 days. That's really quick. The average is around 94, 96 days to hit the 90%. We might hit 90% in 70, 72 days or so, which is really quick. Um, these are the things I was looking at yesterday. Is this is close to 90%. Todd, you would probably close this out, right? The sold put of the PDS, right?
Yeah. When you pull that up on the analyze tab, I mean, look at what it does to your profit potential if you
Oh
get
yeah.
down into there.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be really good. I'm not a fan of this TC analyze. It's so hard to get it in the right way to look. Oh, I have too many things up. I don't.
Well, go up to the right-hand corner and click on the little arrow that's there you go. And when you go to analyze, you can unclick all the ones that you don't want.
Yeah. Now we have to go to the next ES though. I forgot. How do we get to the next? We go to the next expiration date because it's not showing. Oh yeah, it is. I'm at 40. I'm at 57 days. All right. So these and
Yep.
just unclick the sold
Yep.
put like that. Ah, the zooming stuff is so weird on
I
Tasty.
know. I can't stand it.
You'll eventually get it. Yeah, it like doesn't even cover the thing. It's like too high.
But I mean, look at the profit now.
Yeah,
If you
it
get
looks
if you
really
get
good.
into that, it's crazy.
Right, where's the negative? There still should be a possible loss though. Did I do it right?
But it drops way below the 40-50 now.
Oh, I did the wrong expiration. Hold on. It's over here. Yeah. Because I had two different expirations. That's why I was messing up. Oh, there you go. Yeah, nice little tent. Yeah, that's a huge profit up here.
So your potential profit ends up being way bigger than if you take off your two naked puts,
Yes.
and your break even drops tremendously as well.
Yes. It's true. There is still the possible loss. So that's why I'm thinking get rid of one of the two nakeds. Because if you get rid of one of the two nakeds and get rid of the normal sold in the PDS that you normally do, you're only talk if you're doing MES, you're talking $10. If you're doing ES, it's about $100. It might be worth taking that $100 extra just to not have this anymore. And then it's a completely risk-free trade anyway. You know what I mean? It's up to
I
you. I
look
mean, this is so far out of the money though. So
I look at it in relationship to all the other safeguards I have on and how much hedge protection I've got on whether
mhm.
I take the two naked puts off or turn it into a ratio spread.
Yeah, that's a good point. Nothing wrong with that. I was like just filling around how much BP I get back. So if I just close this one out, I get 3,300 BP back. It's awesome. That's that's the biggest benefit I see. Even though like the max tent and all that's great too, you get a lot more BP back. The problem is I have to pay almost six to get it off. We're close to 90%. We're not at 90 yet. It's like very close. 89. It's pretty much 90%. So essentially, am I willing to lose a possible $300 to get rid of that? I think maybe because I was doing the math on it. So in my ES, I took in 20.25 per naked times two. 40.5 is my total initial credit. Now, if I sold the 45.50, the sold put of the put the sold it at 57, I'm going to buy it back for say 5.7. So I would make, it's helpful to have two calculators at the same time. 51.3. So I could add that to the 40.5 on my two nakeds. That would be my total net credit. Then I have to subtract the 4,600 trade price. Yeah, subtract the 65 from it. I'll make about 26.8 times a 50 multiplier. 1,300 bucks off about 11,000 and pretty much no risk. It's a great way to go. Now, maybe I'm willing to close one of these two also. It's another 100 bucks. So subtract 100 from that. You're still at 1240. You're still at like 11% on your money.
It
It's
makes
really
me
good.
laugh.
It's really good. Both
It's
of them.
almost giddy. I mean, it almost makes me just go, I can't believe this.
Right. Um, it's like anti-dilemma. It's like the opposite of dilemma. It's like both are good. You know what a dilemma, both are bad. No, this is whatever the word is for opposite. As it is now, I'm waiting to close these out at, it was like 2.25, I think. And then maybe I close it. I have extra buying power and the market's near all-time highs. I'm a little reluctant to go more than what my plan is. But my plan is to only do one MES tomorrow. Like it's not much money in the end. I could easily do more than one. I could even possibly pull off an ES if this closed out. So if I close out the two nakeds, I'm getting 7,000 back. It's a lot. That could pretty much pay for a new ES 112. So yeah,
Yeah, I'm looking at doing just a 111 safeguard because of where the
right.
market's at. I'm just a little nervous.
Do you go higher delta on the one?
Yeah,
Are you
I'll
going
look at
real?
a 10 instead of a 5.
Yeah, 10 instead of 5. You end up getting a very similar net credit in the end.
But I've only got exposure to one long ES contract
Right.
that
Your notional's a lot less. Jamie, you have any questions or thoughts? Just hanging out?
I'm just kind of observing this. I've been just selling the put credit spreads
Okay.
so far and collecting my 20, 30, 40 bucks a piece on those, and I usually
Yep.
have like 8, 10, 12 of them open at a time, and most
Right.
of them I've won. I mean, I got like skittish on maybe 2 of them that were really like they were in some drawdown and I closed them out for a little loss, and then there was the actual, I think it was Apple that was like,
Yeah, Apple hurt me
that
too.
was diving, and we were all, we're
Right.
getting out for like 100 bucks or something. So, yeah, I feel like I'm doing pretty well with those overall. And like we had a good push up yesterday on everything I had in my account, and I closed several of those spreads this morning. I
Yeah.
think you alerted on them, and I had like one or two others, and I'm like, oh, these are like 80%. I'm like, I'm good.
Right.
And
No,
so,
that's good.
yeah, so I'm not at all unhappy with how they're going.
It's good. Yeah. A few of these I could possibly close out on those quick credit spreads, but the bid ask is still pretty high. Like if you look at the mid to the bid price, it's sometimes 15, 20 points. So I think there's one for like five below. That one's doing that. So the strike is fine. You just gotta wait until it gets closer. Because I don't want to get screwed on that really wide bid ask when you're trying to close it. So that's why I'm going to look to stocks that don't necessarily do that as much. Five below has a decent amount of volume. That's why I'm surprised it's happening. But if you look at, say, the Apples, Amazon,
It had a
Microsoft,
really, Five Below had a pretty big drop today on news.
yeah,
I think I got out of Five Below though, but
okay,
I don't know where I did.
we're at 179. Okay,
We were still
yeah,
way above the spread
right,
price.
right. So essentially, I'm going to be looking at the Magnificent Seven or whatever, and a few other big stocks just to make sure that the bid ask spread isn't so high, just so you could get out of them a little quicker. And that's just
Yeah,
good
'cause
general advice.
a lot of them are instant fills, and then there's just been a
Then
couple of
wait.
them where like, they just didn't want to go
Yeah,
because the spread is so high.
right. Not much to do there besides picking very high volume stocks, but it's okay. I mean, occasionally I might have to do one like that where you're just gonna wait it out and let it expire worthless possibly, but not necessarily in the world.
Yeah.
Pretty much look at market caps like a few, like 10 billion or more. You'll probably be okay. Any other general thoughts or questions from either of you guys? We're good for now?
Yeah, I think we're good.
All right,
Yeah.
sounds good. I'll see you guys on the Discord. Feel free to ask any
Sounds great.
questions or. Have a good
Awesome.
rest of the day, guys.
Thanks so much. You too.
Yep.
No problem. Have a good one.